When I first opened my Etsy shop, I didn't really have a plan. I listed some things, hoped they'd sell, but it was super slow. So I'd get like maybe one sale a month. And then I was spending so much time just spinning my wheels. But once I figured out a few key things that I'm gonna share with you in this video, everything changed. Orders started coming in weekly and then daily, and eventually my little shop grew into a 6-figure business. So if you're just starting out or your shop's not growing the way you hoped, these are 5 things I really wish I knew sooner. Number 1 is let sales guide your future product line. So when I first started, I listed kind of a bunch of random items. And so it would be called like throwing spaghetti at the wall. But then something happened. So my cupcake stands started to sell. Not just one, but kind of started being a little bit more regular. So that's when I realized instead of chasing new ideas every week, I needed to double down on what was already working. So I started offering different sizes, finishes, and just kind of like complementary items in the same style. Now, every sale is like a vote because customers vote with their dollars. Your customers are telling you exactly what they want. So your job is to stop guessing and just start listening. So it's easy to get distracted by trends or what other shops are doing, but Etsy isn't one size fits all. What works in one shop might totally flop in another. When something in your shop clicks, that's your sign to build on it and not start from scratch. High ticket items are worth it. So I used to sell like $20 and $30 items thinking volume would, like help the shop. But here's the truth. Every sale takes effort. So like you have to list it, photograph it, package and ship it, all the things. So if you're only making $10 to $15 profit per item, it takes a lot of orders to get ahead. So the game changed when I started offering higher ticket products. So things that sold for $75, $100, and $200. With those, I could do not the same amount of work, but roughly the same amount of work, but just make way more money per sale. So I know it's scary at first. You might wonder, what if people don't pay that much? And I felt the same. But low pricing doesn't guarantee more sales. It will guarantee more burnout though. So once I raised my prices, not only did I get more orders, I attracted better buyers who valued the work. So I finally felt like I was running a business, not just like hustling to break even. Number 3, SEO matters way more than social media. So here's something a lot of Etsy sellers don't talk about. I grew my shop to 6 figures without relying on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok. I did post here and there, like I did try it, but I didn't have time to create content like constantly. But what I did focus on was Etsy's SEO. So I learned how Etsy search works using keywords that real buyers were searching for in my titles, tags, and descriptions. And it made a huge difference. People are already on Etsy ready to shop. I just needed to make sure they can find me. So if you're short on time or social media drains you, because just the thought of social media is pretty daunting, then this is your sign. Focus on optimizing your listings before chasing followers. So SEO works for you 24/7, even when you are not online. It works while you were sleeping. Number 4, quality photos sell products. And you're probably thinking like, yeah, well, duh. But honestly, let's talk about photos. So for a long time, I avoided it because it felt overwhelming. Like I didn't have any fancy gear and I wasn't a photographer. Still not. But once I figured out how to use natural light and shoot with my iPhone, things changed. So my listings look better, they felt more professional, and yep, sales picked up. The key, you need to show the product in use. So when I started styling my cupcake stands with actual cupcakes, it started clicking with buyers. They could picture how they would use it. Also, it's good to show scale because people may have a hard time figuring out like kind of how big it is. So adding props in helps people understand the size and the detail. And it doesn't have to be perfect, just clear, natural, and helpful. And that alone can actually make your listing stand out from other listings. Number 5, be willing to pivot and follow trends. If you want your shop to stay relevant, you got to keep your eyes open. Don't be like pigeonholed into Etsy. So you can watch Pinterest trends. They put out like a report. You can see what keywords people are searching for. Etsy does the same thing. They have seasonal reports. You can even browse like home decor magazines or blogs. My cupcake stand, so that was in the wedding niche. So I actually would buy like industry leading wedding magazines, especially weddings. The trends change a lot. But if you see something shifting, colors, fonts, shapes, whatever that is, try to incorporate that into your listings. And being flexible doesn't mean copying others. It means meeting your customer, like giving them what they want. That's what people are searching for. And you can still add your personal style, but don't be afraid to evolve. So the sellers who adapt are the ones who grow, and the ones who stay stuck, well, they stall out. If you're ready to start or are in the early stages of selling online, check out my 8-week Etsy program to get your profitable shop off the ground. A link will be in the description.